Hello everyone. Today I'm doing a reading on Eric Garner. And you guys may already know about Eric Garner. His case has been in the news recently. But in case you haven't heard, he was a young man who was put in a chokehold by a police officer and was killed due to that chokehold. If you guys don't know, just brief yourself up on the case. Today, I go to the ancestors for clarity on this case because we need justice for Eric Garner. Okay? When I bring these cases to the forefront, the universe and the ancestors are already working on something. All right? They're already working on something for the perpetrator. So we just going to put our trust in the ancestors and in the universe and know that they are going to do justice for the victims. Today I ask the ancestors to give us insight into the Eric Garner case and any situation surrounding it. I also have to think of a name for my subscribers, because I usually come on and say, hey guys, you know, even though it's guys and gals, but guys could stand for both female and male, you know. So since you guys been rocking with me, hanging out with me, viewing my videos, liking them, I'm going to have to create a name that is going to resonate with me. So I'm just going to get on here and call you family. So, hey, family. Because you're showing your girl support. You're showing me love. You're watching my videos. You subscribe to me. So, that's what y'all are. Family. That's what family do. They support one another. No. 2 cards came out, guys. When I turned one over, it was sticking. But okay. All right. So the first card we have is Scream. Okay. So this Scream card is what this whole thing is surrounding. Now usually, I ain't gonna say usually, anytime the Scream card comes out, it lets me know that there's some kind of altercation going on, whether it's verbally or internally. So this whole situation was around some kind of verbal or internal altercation, which means the person could have been verbally, you know, letting whatever, they could have verbal issue that they let be known, or they could have kept it internally. So in this case, Eric Garner, he had a verbal altercation with someone. This is what this stemmed for, a verbal altercation. The ancestors are letting us know that. Temperature. Whew, I haven't seen this card in a while. As many cases that I have worked on, I haven't seen this card in a while on a case. But this let me know that whatever the situation was, it was intolerable. Okay? It was unbearable. This temperature was that means it was an unbearable situation. That's what this lets me know. Unbearable. So the situation that he was enduring was unbearable. That very well coincides with he couldn't breathe. It was unbearable. He couldn't breathe when he was saying that. That's what this is representing. trickster. This last card is always something that we don't know. Something that's always, something that's kept in secret. Somebody close to the person may know that they confide in or whatever the situation, but it's always something that the ancestors is bringing forward to us. Okay? So this is letting me know that Mr. Garner, he was a trickster. And that's okay, because sometimes people get all upset when they rooting for the victim and the cards come out that they didn't want to come out. But you know what? It's just letting me know that he was a trickster. He was a person that he didn't always fulfill his commitment. Okay? He may have been telling his children or his kid's mother, because he did have several of them, things that he was going to do, and he didn't always come through with it. But it didn't mean that he wasn't a good person. Okay, guys? But this is what the ancestors is revealing, that he was a trickster. He wasn't always somebody who was truthful to their word. He didn't always do what he said he was going to do. And like I said, it doesn't mean that he was a bad person. The ancestors is just revealing this about him. Okay? So we know Mr. Eric Garner, he wasn't always fulfilling what his obligations. Okay? He would say one thing and do another. That's what tricksters do. Okay? Now, we're going to ask the ancestors to reveal the messages that Eric Garner would like us to know. And like I said before, even though the person has been deceased or whatever the case may be, when I bring these cases to the forefront, the ancestors are already working on things for the perpetrator. So the victims will get their justice one way or another. Okay, here's the messages that Eric Garner would like us to know. There's a whole lot going on. Mr. Eric Garner, he didn't live the best life, but that doesn't mean he wasn't a good person. At the head, trafficking came out. At the end, park. Okay. So that's the beginning and the end. Okay. Now, trafficking. This came out because Mr. Garner wanted us to know he was taken against his will. This is what happened to Mr. Garner. When someone is trafficked, they are taken against their will. In this case, they took him into custody against his will. Okay? Altercation. I told you that. He was taken against his will. Okay? And we already know it was unbearable. That's what that temperature card means. When the temperature rises and temperature falls, it could be unbearable. This situation for Mr. Garner was unbearable. Okay? We have this card. And this card, Mr. Garner wants us to know, this came out on the wings. So this could very well probably have not been a secret, okay? But somewhere in Mr. Garner's life, as a child, okay, he was some kind of victim of some kind of sexual assault, okay? This card means, or he was promiscuous, okay? This card means, this is the only card in the deck without any words. This card is left blank for a reason. This is for the victim to tell their story. This card means a person was either molested or a person is promiscuous. So even if Mr. Garner was not molested as a child, he could have very well been promiscuous. Okay. Now we already know Mr. Garner had several women or children from several different women. This is the promiscuous side of him. Okay. Because when you promiscuous, what do? You indulge in sexual activities with various partners, not just one. Okay. You do it with various partners. Okay. So this is very well his promiscuous side coming out. Okay. That's showing in the card. So yes, he was with several different women. You know, he had, I'm not going to say at one time because, you know, but this card is telling me something much more. Okay. Crossed over. Mr. Garner already crossed over. Mr. Garner is no longer here with us on this realm. He already crossed over on the spiritual realm. All right. So he's already crossed over. He's already crossed over. Music. Okay. The music card came out. He had some kind of talent in music. He loved music. This is what this card is letting us know. Mr. Garner loved music. Okay. Whether he was talented in it or he just had a love, a passion for music. This is what this is letting us know. The Tree of Life card came out. When this card comes out, okay, this is letting us know new beginnings. Not only new beginnings, this is also the branch off of the tree, off of his bloodline. Okay, so this right here, I'm looking at this spread, and I'm looking at the spread before I give it to you guys. Okay, before I present it to you, so I already know, make sense of what's going on in this situation. But this right here, this is letting me know, yes, he crossed over. Mr. Garner crossed over. He have new beginnings, but he also has love for his children. He loved his children. Okay. He had his love for his children. That's what this card is letting me know. Park. Okay. This is letting me know this is activity, play, like a playful side of a person. Now with this park card coming out, let me know this was some creative things that he missed with his children. Okay. He missed that, doing things like that with his children. Any kind of recreation, okay? Because park, we know, is a recreation, all right? So he missed doing recreations with his children. That's something he loved. He loved to do that. He loved to do recreational activity with his children. And it may not have been every time that, you know, the children may have wanted, or the children mother may have wanted, okay? Because we all know Mr. Garner in the background when nobody else knew, but maybe the kids' mothers knew, you know, that he had a little trickster side to himself. So he probably didn't always fulfill his promises. But that doesn't mean, like I said, he was a bad person, okay? Other things that was going on in his life, one could have been being promiscuous, okay? Didn't allow him to have obligations to do the things that he needed to always do. So that's what this trickster card comes out at. He didn't always fulfill his obligations. He sometimes said one thing and he did another. But that doesn't mean, like I said, he was a bad person. We all know that he was the victim in this situation. But this is things that the ancestors are revealing, okay? And Mr. Garner himself, the messages that he wanted us to know, he wanted us to know some things about him. One, that Yeah, he may have not lived the best life because he was being promiscuous, and he did have several women that he was with and children by several different women. But that doesn't mean he didn't love his children. Okay? That doesn't mean he didn't love his children. That doesn't mean that he didn't do recreational activities and love doing recreational activities with his children. Okay? He still was a human being. He still loved his family. He loved his children. Okay? He loved his music, okay? He may have been creative in something, probably singing, but he loved his music. And like I said, this person, with this, it lets me know it was a verbal altercation. The verbal altercation, it led to something that was unbearable. It was unbearable, okay? So that's how Mr. Garner died, from a verbal altercation. That's what this whole thing is surrounded. And we ask for the ancestors that even though that he didn't get justice, like the family and his loved ones may have wanted him to get in the justice system, we know that the ancestors on the spiritual realm and the universe is going to take care of this, okay? So I want everybody to have a blessed day. That is the reading. Bye.